Hey everybody, this is Michelle. Welcome to my jewelry box. Today, um, we're going to be making a Valentine's Day inspired pendant or bracelet. We're going to be making these heart components, and I've got them hooked together with jump ring, and I put them on a chain. I'm going to be today. I'm going to be making a bracelet out of mine. I'll probably make the bigger component and hook it on chain with a couple smaller jump rings and just put a clasp on it to match the pendant. Um, but it's going to take, the big heart takes 50 fire polish beads, 3mm fire polish beads, and the smaller one takes around 37, if I counted them right, 37. So you have to have, if you want to make this, probably, I don't know, close to 3 strands of 3mm fire polish. And then we're using the 4mm bicones, crystal bicones. And I'm not sure how many that takes, but when I upload this video, check down in the description box because all that information will be down there. Okay, and we're going to need a piece of chain, however long you want it. That's how, that's how much you'll need. We're going to need some 11 OC beads and some 15 OC beads. And I got Miyuki galvanized silver, Durcoat galvanized silver, I think. We're going to need you're going to need a clasp. I'm using a lobster claw. And you're going to need some wire cutters and a couple pair of chain nose pliers. And that's just to open and close the jump rings and cut the chain. I'm using these, I don't know what they're called, but I call them figure 8 connectors. I use those to hook my jump rings onto my chain with. You see here, I just use those to hook my chain. Okay, and that makes it more fluid. You hook the chain right to the jump ring. I don't know, it's just not, it don't allow it to have free movement as much. Excuse me. My nose is running away with me. Alright, well, I think that's all the information. Oh, size 10 beading needle will be fine. You could use 11 or 12 also. And I've got a stop bead on. I left myself about 6 inches to sew in. Just enough, leave enough room to sew it in. And get your stuff together, get all your materials together, and meet me back here, and we'll get started. Meet you there. Alright, so we've got our needle and our thread on with about a 6/8 inch tail, just enough for you to sew in. And we're going to pick up 4 3mm fire polish beads. And bring those down. Go up through the first bead we put on, the one closest to the stop bead, and go back up through all the beads and pull, and then go back through that first bead. My stop bead is the red 3mm fire polish too, so don't be confused by that. And make a right angle weave unit. Pull both sides of the string and slide it down next to your stop bead if you can. And slide your stop bead up to it. Alright, and we don't need to reinforce these because we're going to be going back through these so many times that they're going to be reinforced. So there's one unit. So we're going to pick up 3 more fire polish. And we're going to chase our thread to the other opposite side of the bead that our thread's coming out. Pull. My thread's getting tangled, get a knot in it already. Pull. And okay, right back. We're back. Well, you don't even want to know how much time that took for me to get that knot out. Wow. Okay. So, all right. So we've just put on our second unit. Okay. We're going to go up through the side of the second unit. Pull. And all right, we're on the side. Okay, pick up 3 fire polish. Okay, and chase your thread through that same 3mm fire polish that you're coming out of on the opposite side. Pull your thread, pull it up. Okay, and so there's 2 units on the second row. I kind of messed up, but kind of sort of, because I usually like the tail thread to be down here at the bottom. But that's no big deal. It's on the bottom unit. It's just on the side of the bottom unit. So we're coming up through the side, go through the top 3mm on that unit. We just put on, or the first and second row. Anyway, make a left, pull. We're trying to put 3 units on this second row. Okay, so this is the bottom. It's got 1. And this is the second row. It's got 1, 2. So we need to put 1 right here. So we need to go down this side bead, and we need to go up this 3mm. Wait a minute, that thing's throwing me off. No, I need to go down in this side bead. I apologize about that. I started off on the wrong foot when I didn't put the tail thread in the right spot. It throws me off. So we need to go down into this bead to make our third unit. Alright, so let's pick up 3 3mm fire polish beads. And chase your thread through that side bead on the opposite side of where your thread's coming out, and pull. And there is our third unit on the second row. So go through the top bead of that unit, like I said, we will be reinforcing these. We'll be going through them to put the bicones in, and then we'll be going through them again to put the seed beads in. So they'll get plenty of reinforcement. So just try to, if it starts coming apart like right there, just try to hold it in place. Alright, so let's pick up 3 fire polish beads. And go through that on the opposite side of where your thread's coming out, that same bead. Alright. I'm going to take a minute and just sew mine together real fast where it's falling apart. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Ah, we got it now. It's unbelievable how much that little stop bead in the wrong place would throw me off. But, okay. So the bottom is the 1 unit. It's the tip down here. Then we've got 3 units on top of that. And this row that we're doing right now, that we have 1 unit made, it has 5 units. So we got to make one off to the left of this. So pick up 3 fire polish, and chase your thread opposite side that your thread's coming out, go through. And go through this top bead that of the previous unit. Oh shoot, I'm not even in. Top bead of the previous right angle weave unit. We're working our way back over to put on the other 3 rows. Units of this row. Okay, so we've got one here for this next unit, and we've got one here. So we've already got 2 beads out of the 4 for the next unit. So that means that we only have to pick up 2 3mm fire polish, and we come up and go down through this bead right here. I don't know if you guys can make heads or tails out of this. I will say it looks a lot different when the video gets uploaded to YouTube. It looks different than it does. It looks way better and more clear than it does on my screen while I'm filming. So I never can tell until I get it uploaded. Alright, now we're going to work our way over to this bead. So we go through that 3mm. And we go up through this 3mm. Okay. We're coming out of this 3mm, and we've got 2 of the beads of this unit, so we only need to pick up 2 fire polish. And we're going to come over and go through that 3mm. We're going to work our way over to this side right here. Because we got to put one more unit on. Sorry for the sniffling. It's my nose. It keeps running, and then it'll be okay, and then it'll start running. All right. So we've only got 1 bead that we need, so we're going to have to pick up 3 3mm fire polishes, or fire polish beads. Can you see it better if I leave it lay on the mat? Not really. Okay, we're coming out of the bottom of that 3mm. We need to go around, down through the top of the same bead. Chase your thread. That's what it's called. And another knot. And pull down. Okay? And that's, if you can see, That's the bottom part of our heart. This, I know what's wrong. I forgot to wax my my cord. And it knots really bad. This smoke fireline knots pretty bad for me if the cord isn't waxed. I'll be right back. We're back. I have a question for you guys. What do you all do? Does your beeswax or cord wax, I'm not sure what it's called, but does it dry out? I've even kept mine the whole time in a Ziploc baggie, and it dries out, and it just doesn't go on like it used to. And I was wondering if there's anything you can do after it's dried out to dampen it, to get it moist again. It's funny because the smoke fireline leaves it all nasty. Leaves it, black. Look at that. Did yours do that? Look at the top. Yeah, I was just wondering if anybody knows how to keep this moister. Please leave it down in the comments. Thank you. Okay. Alright, so we're here. Okay. Yeah, I think that if you know where we're going, it might be a little easier. So I'm going to explain. So here's the bottom, here's the point of the heart, and it goes up, and it's going to come around, just like the ones down there. So we're coming out right here. We're going to go up through this bead, and then the top bead, and then we're going to, let's see. All right. We're not going out any farther. So we're going to make we're just going to make just 5 more rows on top of here. I was just had to look at this to remind me. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. That's 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the 4th row is just the same. So we're going to go here, here, and make a unit. 2, 3, 4, 5 units across the top there. And go up through the side, fire polish. Excuse me. Okay, then we're going to go, I'm going to try to see if I can leave it lay down here and see if you can see any better through this top. 3mm fire polish. It's stuck in my finger. These ladies that I watched for quite a long time, like Stephanie, Bronze Pony, Gina's Gem Creations, they make it look so easy. to do the video and stitch at the same time, and you can see everything very good. So I know I'll get better with time, just like everything else I do. It's just how it goes, right? All right, pick up 3 fire polish, 3mm fire polish, and chase your thread, which means go through the opposite side of the bead that your thread's coming out of and pull. Okay. I feel so loose. I'm going to go reinforce this side. I'm going to go down through. If yours is loose, you might want to do this as well. Back through the last unit we made. It's hard to go far forward if it's falling apart. So I'm just going back around the previous row, the last unit on the previous row that we did, because mine is falling apart on me. Feels like it. No, it's not that way. Needs to go. Let's see, this bottom. It needs to go and hook. Just reinforcing around the previously made units. This doesn't have to be in, cutesy red and pinks either. This set would be real cute in gold and black, or golden black and silver. But I thought you could probably see this better on camera, but I don't know. I don't know if it would have been better to do black and gold or not. All right, that's better. All right, so I'm going to get back over to the furthest fire polish on this unit. Okay, and then we're going to use that bead right beside. Keeps flipping back over, wanting to get caught. Okay, we're going to use this bead right here at the top of the floor unit we're working on. Say that's the floor. So we've already got 2 beads, and we only need to pick up 2. 1, 2, 3mm fire polish. Okay, we're going to come down through. That 3mm fire polish. and the one on the floor, that 3mm fire polish. And then go up through that 3mm fire polish. And tug it pretty tight, not to where it, you don't want it to warp it, but you want to keep them together. Okay, now we've got 2 beads, so we only need to pick up 2 3mm fire polish, come around, down, or over through the one on the floor, then back up through the one on the side, and make your way around the unit to position your needle where you need to be to put on your next unit. Down, and over. And we've already have 2 of our beads that we need for this unit. So we're just going to pick up 2 3mm fire polish. I'm going to come down through this 3mm, pull. On right angle weave, we only go through, well, I don't know about everybody, but to keep the integrity of the shape of the unit, it's best to go through 1 bead at a time. Go through the one on the floor. We're making our way back over to where we need to be to position our needle to make the next unit. And tug. Okay. So we need 1 more unit on this row. We've got 2 beads already, so that means we need 2 more 3mm fire polish. Okay, here's our 2 beads. That's half our square. If it comes over, it's coming up, and it's coming out of this bead here, so it's coming up and over. So if you slid your beads down, it would pretty much tell you where you needed to go. See, you want to make a unit here, so pretty much tells you you need to go through the one on the bottom or the floor of that row. Alright, so let's go up through the left, up through the side. And let's go over through the top, 3mm. Okay, so this will be our last row. So let's pick up 3 3mm fire polish. chase your thread, go up through the side, 3mm. We're making our way over and getting our needle in place for the next unit. And go down through the side, and down through the 3mm on the bottom or the floor, or whatever you want to think of it or call it. This is a beginner video. I'm sure that those of you that's been beading for, quite a while, you wouldn't be following me to this point. You'd see what I was doing and just, do it on your own. So I'm trying to go into as much detail as I can to help those that are just learning. I watched videos for probably 2 years, just watching and soaking it all in and learning before I even started beading myself. Okay, so we've got the one on the floor, and we got one wall. So that means that we only need the ceiling and the other wall. So that means we need 2. And if we bring those down, you can see pretty much where you need to go with it. You need to go down through the side, bead, over through the floor or the bottom, and we need to get in place for the next unit. So we need to go up through the side wall or bead, oh, see, that's not too bad. I'll tell you, that wax really does help the knotting, and it helps I don't know, can't think right now what else it helps. Okay, I don't know why I wasn't thinking. This is where we need to back out of this bead. We don't want a unit in the middle. Okay, so we want to pick up an 11/0 while we're here, so we can go right straight across without leaving a string across there, because we got to fill this in with seed beads anyway. So pick up an 11/0 and jump right over to the next fire polish, and that's going to be our center. So pick up one more 11/0 and jump over to the next fire polish. And this is where we're going to pick up our 3mm fire polish bead. And we're going to chase our thread. Needle through the opposite side of that bead that you're coming out of. I know I just said that when I said chase the thread, but I want to be clear. Make sure your beads, your thread don't get caught either. That's a bummer whenever you get so far into the project that you can't fix it, and so you have to take out the whole project, start over. All right, so we went, let's see, through the 4. So we're going to come up this side bead and get ready for the next unit. Okay, we got a wall and a floor, so we need a ceiling and another wall to complete this unit. And so we're going to come through that last 3 millimeter and we're going to come up and we're going to go over towards the edge of the heart, and we're going to we want to start here, going up and down. Whichever way you're going is the way you want your bicones to be facing the same way, so you'll have to put them on the same. Alright, so pick up a 15-0 and a bicone and a 15-0. Excuse me. All my grandkids are sick, and every time I'm around them, here I've been around them here lately, and they were, well, 2 of them were poor babies. They were so sick, and a couple of different things are going around. So I'm so sorry for the sniffles. If I know it's rude, but and forgive me. Okay, so we've got 15-0, bicone 15-0. We're coming out along the edge of our heart here. So we want our hearts to go, the same way, like I said. So we're going to go diagonal. So anyway, so it's coming out down here. So we want to go down through, from top down through, pull, and that's the way we want to keep put all of our bicones on that same direction. Okay. 15-0. Bicone and 15-0. And go down through. Okay, we want to go over. We're working our way up to we're going past this, little blank space. And our thread is coming out where it needs to be coming out. You know, even though it's from this bead and not this one, it's still in the same spot it would be. So pick up a size 15 seed bead, a bicone, 4mm bicone, and a 15-0. And go down through a 3mm fire polish bead. And pull, and tug, make sure they're tight, but not too tight, it's going to warp your heart. Alright, pick up a 15-0, 4mm, wait a minute, a 4mm bicone, and a 15-0, and go down through that 3mm fire polish on the side. Okay. Okay, we are coming out the right spot. Let's go ahead and put no, we can't do that. Alright, let's go ahead and pick up a 15-0. Oh, that's probably the one that won't fit. Bicone, 15-0. Go up through that 3mm. Yeah, just perfect. Alright, we'll put the 11-0s, go through and put all those in between all the fire polish beads when we're finished putting these bicones on. 15-0, 4mm bicone, and 15-0. I think this video is going to be a long one, but I feel like, you know, it's not like the bracelet I just did where you just do the same exact thing. I don't know. I mean, you kind of do, but you gotta move, you know, move yourself around this heart. 15-0, bicone, 15-0. And this thread's coming out up the top, so we want to go from the bottom and come out at the top. Okay, 15-0, bicone, 15-0. We're coming out, our string's coming out the top, the bicone. So we want to go needle up through the bottom and come out the top. Where our string's coming out is exiting is the same way we want to exit, if that makes sense. 15-0, bicone, 15-0, and I want you to same thing Our string's exiting at the top of the bead, so we want us to go through the bottom and exit at the top. Okay. So we're coming out right here. We want to make our way over here. So let's work. This is why I didn't want to, didn't need to go back and reinforce these units, because we'll be going through them plenty, and they start getting tight. If you reinforce them, they start getting too tight. Let's see. I'll go this way. Where are we coming out? Let's see. I'm trying to see where are we coming out at. Oh, right there. Oh, we are on the second row. All right. Over. We're just maneuvering our way over to the edge of the heart. There's no one right way to do it. As long as you go along with your right angle weave, your thread path, you're not going to cross unless you go ahead and put your 11-0 in. Let's see. All right, and then go down. And then that way we're in position to start the next row. And see, we're exiting out. If you're looking at it, straight on, if you're looking at the heart, like a heart, straight up, it's exiting the bottom. So you'll need to go from the top and exit out the bottom also, all the way across. All right, I think you guys can do the rest without me. I have faith in you. If you make a mistake, just back out. It'd probably be easier to just take your needle off and pull your string out. That way, you don't have to worry about getting your string all tangled. All right, so finish up your heart, and then we'll come back and start the next step. All right, meet you there. Okay, we're back, and we've got all of our bicones on, and now we need to go through and add all of our 11-0 seed beads in between our fire polish beads. All right, I'll do a few with you. Pick up an 11-0. And go through the next. Let me move this fire polish, or this, a stop bead. It doesn't matter where you're coming out. I happen to be coming out down at the bottom, but you just pick up an 11-0 and go through the next 3mm fire polish. Pick up an 11-0 and go through the next. Whoa. Oh, okay, that's stop bead. Thought I had a string cut. Go through the next 3mm fire polish. See, we are just filling in these gaps in between our even in the center. Just go through each, pick up an 11-0, go through, each fire polish, pick them up, and then go through and put one in between each of the 3mm fire polish beads. And after we do that, we'll come back and I'll show you how to add your chain and explain to you how to make the smaller excuse me, the smaller hearts, and show you how to add the chain to them. All right, I'll meet you there. Okay, we're back, and our heart is pretty much complete. Now let's go through and tie off some knots wherever you're at. Find I usually go right before a 3mm or 4mm bead, which these are 3mm, and grab a thread bridge, needle up underneath, in between two beads, up underneath the thread. Make sure you don't catch any other beads like I'm doing. Let's see, let's go this way. Alright. Pull until you have a loop right here. Needle through the loop and pull the knot down in between the two beads. Then go through the 3mm and pull that knot up into the 3mm. Okay, go through the 11-0. Grab a thread bridge. Until you have a loop. Go up through the loop and pull your knot down. Then go through the 3mm bead and pull your knot up into that bead. Go through the 11-0. Grab another thread bridge. Put your needle up through the loop and pull the knot down. Go through the 3mm and pull your knot through the 3mm. Go through the 11-0. And we'll do one more. Grab a thread bridge. And go through the 3mm. Pull your knot up into it. Okay. Clip. And then I will burn that thread down here as soon as I can get my burner. Alright, so we have the heart, we have the big heart. Now the small is, the big heart has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total rows. The small has 1, 2, 3, 4. You might want to, I don't know, write this down. They both start out at the bottom with 1, then they move to 3, then they move to 5. Okay, and the only difference between the big and the small is the big one has 2 rows of 5. and the small one only has one. That's easy enough to remember. Same exact way, except this only has one. The small has one row of 5, and the big one has 2 rows of 5. Okay. So tie in your. You need to take your tail thread and sew and knot it off also. All right. And after you've done that, get your bigger size jump rings and 2 pair of pliers. Okay. Open your jump ring by twisting. If you want to make the pendant, my jump rings went the 2 at the top connected to the chain, just went right in the corners. Okay. And then the middle heart, the big heart, connects to the small ones from the corners, but it connects into the small hearts through the corner of the second row. The corner of the second row. Okay. Now the bracelet and the jump rings I used weren't this big. They were like a size smaller. All right. So the bracelet, we will connect probably right in the center. I'm sure that would give us the best results. And I'm not sure if I want to use that big jump ring or the smaller. I don't know. Let's see. Let's try the smaller one. This looks like about a 6 millimeter. My little electric heater's trying to kick on. Let's see. So yeah, we'll hook, let's see, right there. Did you see that where I hooked it? Right above the third 11-0, right on, almost on it, but right above it. And let me get the other jump ring. No. Sometimes it's hard to get the jump rings on. Where did there? Just gotta fiddle with it. Okay. I got the jump rings on. Now I'm going to connect. Let's see, this side don't look all the way closed. I'm going to connect the figure 8 hooks onto my jump rings, both of them. And these are just real easy to use. You just slide your component in and squeeze with a pair of pliers. The way I have to sit when I'm filming, it makes everything awkward. It don't look like it on screen, but if you don't have these, you don't have to use these. It just gives a little extra movement. But basically, this is the same way I put the necklace, the pendant, and the chain together. I have so much more trouble when I'm doing it, trying to hurry, when I'm taping. Also, I want this help. Let me. Oh, I squeezed the other side. It's getting late, and I'm really feeling it. It's very late, actually. It's like 1 a.m. But I wanted to get this taped because I know I have to. I'll probably be getting the bargain bead box tomorrow, and I'll be taping another video. Okay. All right, and then you just hook your. I cut 2 3-inch pieces of chain for each side of my bracelet, and I'll just slide those on the other side. Ugh, this annoys me. Okay. Why can't I squeeze this? I need a pair that's got some, some claws in the jaws. Grasp it. Okay. There's that side. I'm not going to do the other side on camera, but I will put the clasp on. Get a smaller jump ring and twist. Okay, put it in the end. Add the clasp. I'm not sure if I got that closed all the way, but I'll check it after the video. Alright, now after I put the other side on, it's going to be a cute little set. And it would be, for me, I would like it better probably if it was black and gold or black and silver to wear. But my granddaughter, I'm sure, would like it. Although I have to take the size down on the bracelet. But okay, there we go. There's a cute little Valentine's necklace and bracelet. Just in time for Valentine's Day. And then here would be a cute little one to wear on your other arm. Okay. All right, everybody. Be looking out for the bead box bargain bead box review. I'm sure that'll be tomorrow. And if you haven't subscribed and you like my tutorials, subscribe. That way you don't miss anything. You don't miss any content. And everybody have a great rest of your night or day. Bye-bye.